Say the name, let it rain.
Hall of Fame.
Every word's a heavyweight swing.
Hall of Fame.
Built on blood, sweat, and pain.
Hall of Fame.
Put respect on the game.
Put respect on the game. Hey. Put respect on the game. Hey.
Yeah.
Put respect
From
on
the
the
mat
game.
to the mic, from the grind to the glow. Every scar got a story, every win you already know. No gimmicks, no smoke, just the truth when we speak. If it moves the culture, we the ones you should seek. They been watching the climb, now they hear the voice. When legends talk legacy, they ain't really a choice.
Hall of Fame.
This ain't hype, this is fact.
Hall of Fame.
Every era intact.
Hall of Fame.
Past, present collide.
Hall of Fame.
Forever certified.
Put respect on the
Booker
game.
T certified, 5 times solidified. Brad Gilmore verified, voice of the fight amplified. Of his legacy we testify, of his greatness we let it fly. History don't whisper, it speaks when we
Hall
arrive.
of Fame. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
Legends never change.
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Oh, yeah. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, man. I want to, kick this thing off right by, thanking everybody, thanking the people, first and foremost, because this show is all about the people. For stepping inside, getting your champagne, wishes, caviar dreams. Brad, how you feel today, man? I'm feeling real good. I'm coming from Kansas City. I was in Kansas City over the weekend. It was a little cold, but actually I feel the cold weather was kind of refreshing. I was hanging out with my home girl, Lita, so we had a good time this weekend. Yeah.
I would be happy as well on Monday if I spent the weekend with Lita, hanging out and chilling and talking wrestling and all kinds of things. But
just talking, man, just chopping it up too. That's the good part. When you get around somebody that's a vet like you always start talking about the business and what's going on today. So it was really cool. It's actually fresh.
one of my favorite things is back when we had the old show, when y'all were doing Tough Enough, we would have Lita call in every week.
Yeah.
And we would talk to Lita about, what was going on in the show. I remember she came down to Summer of Champions, and we had a great conversation as well there. She's awesome. Lita, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. I'm doing good, BT. Look, we're both repping at the time that we're doing this. Monday Night Football is going to be going down, and we're both repping those Houston Texans. I do have to say, I have to put somebody on blast from the reality wrestling roster.
Who that?
So I'm sitting at the show on Saturday, reality wrestling, getting my hair cut. Shout out to Barber of the Gods. He was fading me up. And in the locker room walks Chandler Hopkins. And I love Chandler Hopkins. Great guy.
Yeah, cowboy.
Texas boy. Cowboy. The shooter, the young gun. He comes in, and he comes in wearing all Pittsburgh Steelers paraphernalia.
He lucky I wasn't there. He's been looking for an ass whooping, looking to get fired. One of the two.
Big old beanie, hoodie, Steelers, everything. I was like, you got a lot of nerve, my man, coming in here like that. So we got a little beef that I'm waiting for those boys to go out there, those Texans, and put it on Aaron Rodgers' old ass.
I'm excited,
and cripple them and put them out of business.
Hey, look, let's not talk like that. Let's not talk.
No, that's what those Texans do. The defense, they're out. They're
no,
like,
but what I'm just saying, we don't want to talk about injuring nobody or hurting.
No, I don't want anyone injured. I mean, like crippling their spirit, breaking their spirit.
Well, say that.
My bad. Did I say cripple him? My bad. Hey, whoa,
crippling him. That's what you said.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. I'm in his spirit. Oh my God.
We don't talk like that around here, man. No. What the hell, Brad? That's gotten into you. I normally say stuff like that. So now I hope it's a good game, but I hope we come out on top.
I hope we come out. I don't want anyone getting hurt for
just
clarification.
Okay. He's trying to get our license pulled here. You know what I mean? Come on, dog. You know what I mean? This the new year. We just getting the year started off. You know what I mean? And you saying stuff like that. Nah, man.
Break their spirit is the better
I'm
word.
I'm looking forward to CJ and that defense to come alive, man. And I'm wishing, and I'm hoping, I'm praying. I got a little bit of it's like a gumbo, a little bit of everything going on, man. Texas got to come through, man. And the thing is, we've been having this rivalry with the Steelers since I was a boy, since I was a little boy. And my brother, you know, he probably Stevie Ray. He's probably, you know, tonight he's probably got that Steeler necklace on. You know what I mean?
Is he a Steelers fan?
Yeah, since we were little kids, you know what I mean? And you know, Lynn Swan, you know, Terry Bradshaw, you know what I mean? John Stallworth. I mean, that's the only thing I remember hearing around my house when I was a kid, you know, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers and my brother. But no, man, yeah, Texans, man, them boys playing some hell of a ball these days. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I can't wait. I'm finna go get the food ready and, you know, get, you know, a little something over here and boom, you know, we're going to kick the thing off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Now, I want to talk about a few things in the world of professional wrestling, but first off, Go ahead. I sent you a video about a week ago. I texted you a video I saw.
You know what? We haven't even talked about this. We haven't even talked about this as far as the way we was gonna format the show or anything like that. And that's the first thing I had highlighted at the top of the page right here. You talking about, you know, the rendition of, you know, my version of the Joe Hendry song. Shout out to Derek Clark on Instagram, Mr. Clark fella. Give him his props, man. The dude went out there, man, and I've been laughing all week about that video, and I went and looked at some of the other stuff that he does on Instagram. So I recommend, if you want to laugh, if you want a good laugh, go check out this guy on the gram and give him a like because he's funny, man. He's really funny.
Yeah, no. When I saw, shout out to Josiah, our producer over on ESPN Radio in Connecticut. He sent me that video, and he was like, "I'm in tears." And then I went and I looked at it, and I was like, "This is one of the funniest things I may have ever seen ever." And I sent it to you immediately. That's how much
I sent it to Charbel. You know what I mean? She sent it to somebody else. You know what I mean? So it's in my household, man. My son watched it. You know, he was laughing about it. But it's the funniest thing in the world, man. I'm like, this dude got it down. And big props, man. Big props. That's what. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, were you expecting that Joe Hendry thing to go as viral as it did?
Not at all. I wasn't thinking like that. But I do think about entertaining, and I think about how can I get the most, you know, spotlight on somebody like Joe Hendry, you know, by literally just going all. You got to be able to go over the top, you know.
Yeah.
And that that version of my singing voice, that's a different person. You know, that guy, you know what I mean? He can go in any country bar and rock it.
Can I play our guy, Mr. Clark A. Fella?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Well, what about this part?
Side to sea. I remember Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. Side to sea. Yeah. I believe in Joe Hendry.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Let's leave the singing to the professionals, book.
Oh, I love this guy, man. This guy right here gonna be friend buddy right here real soon.
Only took you about 18 months.
After the big shows. Oh my God. From side to side, see.
Please, I hope the truck took. Thank you.
I love it, man. I love it.
That guy is so good.
Do I sound like I'm drunk, man? When I'm talking, when I'm doing that, doing really, because the way he portrayed it, I was drunk as hell. You know,
Side to side, see.
Oh man, I swear, man, I laughed so freaking hard watching that. And yeah, big props, bro. Big props. Man. I appreciate it, actually. But now, Joe Hendry, I saw him. And he said, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. So now, man, it's about putting the spotlight on these guys, man. Yeah. That definitely was one right there for the books.
Okay, let me ask you this, because we talked a little bit about it last week, but did you know going into the show that you were going to do that, or was that an in the moment thing?
No, that was just totally in the moment. I didn't think about it at all. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to sing. I got several different singing voices, and sometimes I just want to let loose and really go. I was a huge fan, man, of Randy Travis.
Oh yeah,
Back in the day, I'm gonna love you forever and ever. Amen. I was locked up when that song was popular, and all I had was that little box, and I used to listen to so much stuff, So that character, that Joey Hendry character, that song, man, it might be one of those voices I heard on that box, man. I'm saying it's nuts. It's crazy how you pass time sometimes.
Well, yeah, I'm sure
when you have nothing but time. Oh my God, man. It's stupid, man.
We've lost control of this show a long time ago.
We gotta take a break, man. Stick around. I got a little nugget for you on the back here. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, guys. Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame, here to keep it 100. Some men walk into a room like regular dudes, but when you've got Blue Chew in your corner, you walk in like it's a main event. I'm talking pyro, lights, smoke machines, a Titantron package, and your theme music blasting. Because Blue Chew just isn't a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody handed your downstairs a gym membership, a hype man, and a Hall of Fame ring all in one.
And let me tell you something right now, man. This ain't just about sex. This is about legacy. This is about making sure your third legacy gets remembered. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, shipped straight to your door, man, in a discreet package. You don't need to go to the doctor's office, man. You don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy. Just come ready to go.
Look, last time I tried one of Blue Chew's tablets, my hog got so confident it demanded its own Instagram account. It told me missionary was off-brand and it was only doing extreme positions. I tried Blue Chew and suddenly my hog had a zip code, a driver's license, and voting rights. That's not just performance, that's a lifestyle.
Dog, for me, it felt like my parents were cutting promos on me, saying, we can't hold this man anymore. Somebody call security. It was like my entire lower half turned into a tag team championship, man. And my brother, sometimes it's not even about the action. It's about walking into the room knowing you're holding a steel chair under the table, man, ready to go whenever the bell rings.
Look, this just isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And the truth is, it's not about what happens in the bedroom. It's about knowing that you're that guy. You want to give her group chat something to talk about? You want to hear your name come up at brunch? Lay it down with Blue Chew's help. And believe me, they'll be talking about how it gets up.
And that's real talk, guys. You only get one career, one championship run, and one chance to etch your name in the history books. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Step into the ring with Blue Chew and become a legend.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BOOKER at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Use promo code BOOKER, BOOKER, and head to BlueChew.com for details and safety information.
Want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now, kid, you dig that? sucker. Booyah. Welcome back to Side Hall of Fame, man. How you feel, man? You better now? You good?
I've calmed down. Yes.
Good now, man. I know we got a lot to talk about. Like I say, Texas. Good luck, man. Good luck, Texas. Let's get this thing done. I don't know if you guys know I kicked the season off. As far as the Texas, I kicked the whole thing off with the video the hype video, the big hype video. Took me 4 hours to shoot that video, 45 hours. I mean, and some steel-toe cowboy boots. You know what I'm saying? My feet are still hurting, from wearing those cowboy boots. But nah, we got it done, man. In the Texans, man. We let's just think about it for a second. We are just a few games away from the Super Bowl.
It's possible.
If we can get past tonight, we're just a couple of games from being in the Super Bowl. If we can just get past tonight, I mean, how surreal is that? So, I mean, when you really think about it from that perspective, from that landscape,
it's insane, especially because I remember being at that home opener against the Bucks and going, "Oh man, I don't know." We lost that game. It was close, and then we lost our first 3 games, and then it felt like the season was done. In some ways, right? Because normally if you start 0-3, a playoff run is going to be very difficult to pull off. And then they rattle off 9 wins in a row. And they find themselves in this position with the greatest defense the Texans have ever had since I've been watching the franchise since its inception in 2002. And you know what? CJ Stroud, when that O-line protects him and gives him time, he can still make some great plays in his young career. And I think that we've written off the offense in some regard and say, oh, well, defense wins championships, and it does. But I think that you're going to see everybody act collectively tonight and step up to the plate.
Here. We gotta see it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? If we don't see it, it's over. Now CJ got to step up. All right, he got to put the cape on. I'm talking about pull the black mask down. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ask those serious questions. I'm talking about throw the long ball, man, the bomb. Oh yeah. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm excited. But no, man, I know we're gonna be talking about Drew McIntyre. Congratulations to Drew McIntyre. He did it. What's that saying they say on the Indies? You deserve it. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. And my man, the man, the ruler, the conqueror, vacated his championship at NXT. Oba Femi looking to make that major move. I'm excited about what's going down with Oba Femi, and we definitely got to talk about that. But there's a little story I got to squash.
Okay.
The stories come up about me on social media, on the internet. I got to squash them real quick, just because you know me, guys. I don't like. I really hate talking about locker room stories. All right, that's why I never really definitely don't tell anybody else's story, but I don't tell a whole lot of my backstage stories just because some of this stuff is just, it's sacred. It's sacred. It's something that should only be told around certain people, the boys. But there's a story going around as far as, the kerfuffle that Batista and I got into back in the day at the SummerSlam shoot out there in LA. And I remember doing an interview about it, and I said that, and it's just testosterone, man. Men, that's what happened with men. Men get into it, they fight. I said, but if I saw Batista today, I said, man, give him a hug and say, man, what's going on, man? You're doing great out there in Hollywood, whatnot. But then I saw a video of him, and he said that, man, it's sad that the guy, chose to pick a fight with me when I was injured. And I go, wow, man, that's just not fair, man. That's just not fair. First of all, I didn't pick a fight with anybody, and I definitely didn't know anybody was injured or anything like that. That's the first time I heard about anything like that. But man, it's just it's one of the things that I just don't want people to think that that ever to think that I was a bully or anything, and I would be going around picking fights with people. I did not pick a fight with anybody, but I did, finish the fight, with Batista, as well as, it's one of those things to where I won the world title after that thing was all over with. So obviously, I might have won the fight, but no, man, no, nothing but love for Batista, and guys, quit pulling up these old stories where I gotta comment on them. But and the thing is, I'm never gonna get deep off into what really happened with him and I, because like I said, it's one of those locker room stories, and I always thought there again that those stories are kind of sacred.
Yeah, no, for sure. I didn't hear this ever before either, that he was injured. So was this a recent video?
Yeah, I don't know. I had never seen the video. And that's why I was shocked when I saw it, as far as I'm like, come on, man. Being injured, that's kind of like crying wolf a little bit, and then again, saying that I picked a fight with him, when I was in my underwear. Oh, that's another story. I don't want to.
Don't, you know what? First of all, really odd place to stop the story. Really odd time to say that's another story.
Just getting dressed for a scene. I just say that. Finish that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
Because that was a wild place to stop the story. But you know what? I've always said this about Dave Batista, and look, I think that you're doing the right thing. Keep all the stuff under wraps, just for the boys to know. The people who were there know what happened, and whatever, right? But as far as Batista inside Hollywood, as you said, he is killing it out there in Hollywood. I think he's the best. He's the best wrestler actor.
I mean,
maybe not box office wise, but I'm saying like performance wise.
Well,
He's great.
Just because of his range.
Yeah.
Being able to do so many different things, and play so many different characters, you know what I mean? So I give nothing but props, man. What props are due. And like I say, there again, I still say that, if I saw him today, I'd say, man, what's going on? And you're killing it out there, bro. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you know what? And while we're speaking about wrestler actors, shout out to The Rock. He was at the Golden Globes last night, and he's nominated. He didn't win his category, but he was nominated for the first time in his career.
Smashing Machine.
For the Smashing Machine.
It didn't get the award.
He didn't get the award. No, I think he lost to, was it Chalamet? Timmy Chalamet. Nevertheless, shout out to The Rock. That's the first. For a long time they're like, oh, he's just an action guy. And, to get a nomination at the Globes, I'm sure that means a lot for him to validate some of his acting. And then, now I'm looking to see what Cena's going to do. I feel like Cena could win an Oscar. I feel like he could do it. With the right role, John Cena could go all the way. I know Batista could too. I would like to see one of the boys win an Oscar. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, shout out to the one that go out there and do it first.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to do it sooner or later.
Somebody's going to do it.
Yeah, sooner or later, it's got to happen. Yeah, I might even throw my...
I was about to say, I'm surprised that you've done some movies.
Well, I just got the Invisalign. All right, so I'm getting my teeth fixed. So now I might be getting ready to go out to Hollywood.
Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, so that's what the treatments have been. All the plastic surgery you've been doing, and all the Botox and the hair transplants. And
I've got everything. I'm like the $6 million man. I'm trying to get myself right. Get the hair transplant. So no, man.
Booker's been in Turkey for the last month. That's why we've had to run reruns. He's been in Turkey getting all new everything.
No, I'm serious. So I might be getting ready to make a run in Hollywood. You know what? I'm just now getting the confidence to know that I can do it. This stage of my life, you know what I mean? I'm just now beginning the confidence to think that, man, I'm pretty good at acting. I really am. I mean, I can play so many freaking roles, even around the house, with my daughter and my son, and my wife. I'm playing so many stupid roles around the house. I get on their nerves so much all the time, So I'm really thinking about, doing something. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm thinking about doing something.
Well, you know what? I think you could do it. I just know those scenes that become some of my favorite things over the last, because you've been a heel in Row for about 5-6 years now. Yeah. And you've had some of the most funny promos, and especially lately, sitting on your desk with your backwood or whatever it is you're smoking and doing all of
I don't know who that character is, too, man. I don't know where that character come from. I really don't. But he came from something that I watched. I don't know what it was, but it's a damn cool character, man. I love it, man. I gotta give him a name. Gotta give him.
I know we got to have that persona of Booker T named, but you know what? We also got to talk about. Got to talk about a couple other guys who are big right now in the world of professional wrestling. Drew McIntyre. We got to talk about Oba Femi. We got to talk about Road Prospects. We got to talk about all that book. But we have, I think we're coming up against a short break. Which, by the way, there's a new sponsor of the show, a film that's coming out very soon. They're sponsoring the Hall of Fame, and we're going to show you a little sneak peek of the movie. Is that cool with you, BT?
Hey, man, stick around. Check it out. You're in the Hall of Fame, y'all.
These stunt sequences are like nothing I've ever got to do before.
There's a scene that takes place at a car wash, fighting with water around you, soap, all these like spin. What are those called? I don't even know. Those.
There's just a massive amount of fighting. This is the most in-your-face, visceral film I've ever been a part of.
Wow. Hey, man, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of, when I did that movie with Tyler Mane, Penance Lane.
Penance Lane.
And they had that same kind of feel because I remember when we shot that, it was like in this freaking, this one house. We shot pretty much the whole movie almost in this one house, and the house looked like it had upstairs, but it had stairs going up, but they only went so far. It was so freaked out, as far as the way they how they got so much out of so little, and then when you watch the film, you go, "Wow, man, that's pretty awesome." Yeah,
movie making. Yeah, so we want to shout out to Relentless, which is the movie coming out soon from Saban Films. Saban Films. I think they did the Power Rangers. They
gotta hook me up, man. I mean, look here. You're looking at your lead man right here for your next movie, all right? Give me a call. Give me a call.
I was going to say, what role are you going to play there? But yeah. No, shout out to them. But, let's talk about Drew McIntyre. Because I was surprised this happened. They did a 3 stages of hell match on SmackDown internationally. Drew McIntyre went out there and defeated Cody Rhodes 2 out of 3 falls to become the new undisputed WWE Champion with a little help from Jacob Fatu. Drew McIntyre's a guy we've been talking about a lot on this show always. And every time his name comes up, we just say how great he is at his role and how great he's been in these last 5-6 years. How do you feel about Drew kind of getting this moment in the sun? Because he was the COVID champion. He won the WrestleMania with no fans. Then he won at WrestleMania 40, but it was for a minute and a half when Damian Priest cashed in on him. So this is his first real run since the pandemic when you think about it. So, I mean, that's a long time to be waiting for your moment in the sun.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. I mean, because Drew been involved in just about everything, and he's played such a pivotal role as far as, is Drew leaving the company? That having that kind of news behind him because he is such a major player. I mean, just having a guy like Drew McIntyre on your team, that's a winning team right there, man. This dude is he's like one of those utility knives. He can pretty much do it all, as well as he had when you crying about being that top guy and not going out there and proving you should be that top guy. That's something. But Drew, he should be that guy. You look at him. He checks off every damn box. I mean, give him the ball and let him run with it. I mean, Cody's done very, very well. All right. But I feel like it was time for a change. And it's not for me to go on record and talk about, before it actually happened, say, man, I think it's time for a change. But after the fact, looking at it, I think it was time for a change. I think it's time for Drew McIntyre to get his props, to get his run. And then I think about the finish of the match. It wasn't anything other than, believable.
Yeah.
This could happen. There's no rules in a match like that. There's no disqualification. Jacob come in, he go off on everybody because he has no alliances. So you can't say he actually came in and, did the deed or anything like that. But I loved it, man. I love keeping Jacob in play as well, because who's next in line for the title now? I think it's Jacob.
I think he just interjected himself immediately, right?
Just come on the marquee, Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. That's a hell of a match. Those two guys going to go out there and bring the noise, and it's going to be as real as you possibly can feel, as far as this thing goes, as far as professional wrestling, and making people really, we always say the fans can see it, but they can't feel it. But they can see it to the point to where you got to go out there and make them feel it, And I feel like those two guys can go out there and really put on a master class, as well as a fight in the middle of that square circle, and make this thing. Because that's what I love about wrestling. I always love the Shakespeare of it. I always love two guys that can get in there and go in there and sit in the pocket and throw hands, and for me, that's a WrestleMania match.
It's absolutely a WrestleMania match. And what's going to be interesting is going into the Royal Rumble now. It's all changed, because when you look at the SmackDown side of things, Cody's going to be in the Rumble now. Jacob's conceivably going to be in the Rumble. So those, to me, automatically, those are two guys who, if they win it, I could see it happening. Braun Breaker's a guy I could see winning the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul's a guy I could see winning the Royal Rumble. So I like that aspect of it too. And then on the other side, this is something that's going to be really interesting to look at. There's kind of a mini tournament going on SmackDown, and the winner of this will go on to face Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. So it's either going to be Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa, Matt Cardona and Trick Williams, Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov, and Randy Orton and The Miz. Trick Willie, your boy, and Ilya Dragunov, both in the WWE title picture over there on SmackDown.
I don't care who it is. They ain't winning.
Not even you're gonna do your boy like that, Trick Willie?
It's that time, man. It's that time. Reason why it's a you know what? I'm not gonna even go there. I'll let the other pundits out there talk about how this business is run and the way things go. I really hate getting, into the weeds as far as why things are being done the way they're being done. But I can say this, and hopefully, people can kind of like read between the lines. Jey Uso winning the World Championship, there's a reason Jey Uso won the World Championship. What do you think the reason was, Brad?
I mean, the fans wanted it.
Fans wanted it, but we got to be able to make players around here.
Oh yeah, we got to elevate.
We got to elevate guys around here, and I think that's what we are with the WWE. And we're going to be talking about Oba Femi in a minute, but I think that's what we are. Excuse me, I think that's what they are. The WWE, as far as trying to elevate guys now, trying to create. We got CM Punk. We got Cody Rhodes. We got these, the Roman Reigns. We need more guys to actually be able to put in certain roles to play. And if we don't start doing that now, it's going to be a problem in the future. So I think that's the way. That's my take on why things are being done the way that they're being done, as well as who I think is going to be that guy that climb to the Rumble and and win that whole thing, man. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But let me ask you this, because I do want to talk about Oba in a second. But when it comes to Trick and Randy Orton, right? They had an interaction on SmackDown, which seems to be like they're angling to maybe even a little bit of a feud between Randy and Trick on SmackDown, which is kind of interesting to me, because way back in the day when Randy was first breaking in, the guy who kind of smartened him up to the way things were done was you. And now your other protege, Trick Williams, is going to be kind of in the seat that Randy was in.
Yeah. I was just going to say it's the best thing in the world for Trick Williams to be able to sit under that learning tree and be able to learn and be guided, through these landmines and shown exactly the what not to do's and how to go out there and really get over and feel your way through this thing, man. He's going to be working with, a guy that's going to be able to teach him so much more than he could have ever learned in NXT in 3 years. With Randy, like I say, 3 months, this dude could be literally on his way to, taking over this thing, man. So I'm glad that Trick Williams is, landing in that spot right there with Randy Orton, because that's a very, very soft landing, being able to go out there and perform with someone like Randy, because there again, Randy's in that same position that I was in once upon a time, and it's all about Shakespeare. Go out here and show this kid how to go out here and perform, under the bright lights, without a net, without an umbrella, and perform, So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And to me, Randy at this point in his career, which I don't know how many years of Randy we have left. He still looks great. But
yeah.
I don't know how many we have left. 1, 2, 3.
He's close to the end of his career. And he's, like I say, he's had a hell of a career. But Randy now, he's like on autopilot when he goes out and perform. He doesn't have to think about it or anything like that. Randy's not thinking about himself right now. That's why I like this matchup. Randy's not thinking about himself. He's going to be thinking about Trick Williams. It's the company's job to think about Randy. And if Randy Orton's gonna break that record, of John Cena, you know what I mean? So still keeping Randy in position is very, very important as well. So yeah, but like I say, I love the matchup.
I love the matchup too. But the one thing that I want to talk to you about on the other side of this break is a guy who we've had on this show before. You've been very high on. We've seen main event status from him since almost his debut, and that's Oba Femi. He has relinquished the NXT Championship. I want to get your thoughts about that before his debut on Monday Night Raw, and who might step up in his place over there on NXT.
Yeah, that's a good question. We're going to answer that question. Hey, guys, you're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Booker T. And before we get rolling today, man, this message right here is sponsored by Raycon.
That's right, Book. Raycon's everyday earbuds have officially become the go-to gift for this holiday season. They sound great. They look great. They last all day long and then some, with 32 hours of battery life.
Yeah, dog. And that's no cap, man. These things are built for real life, and I wear mine all the time, and they stay in place. They don't fall out, and they're comfortable as can be. Over 4 million people already got a pair, man. And if you've been curious, now is the time. Oh, yeah.
You're right, BT, because here's the deal. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Raycon is giving up to 30% off all products. It's perfect for gifting. And if you're like me, you're going to keep a couple pairs for yourself.
You know me, man. I love my gadgets, man. And these everyday earbud classics are loaded with upgrades. You got that active noise cancellation, multi-connectivity, and you can hook up to 2 devices at once. And they got that ergonomic fit. Stay put no matter what you're doing, man. Oh, yes.
And the colors, I love them. I'm rocking with that cool mint, but they also got blush violet. They got matte black. They got all kinds of different options. It's not just earbuds. It's an accessory that matches your vibe.
And get this. You can quick charge these bad boys. 10 minutes get you 90 minutes of playtime. 32 hours total with the Case Plus awareness mode. I love it, man. You can use it when you walking the dog. Me and Rover, we do it all the time, and you can still hear everything going on around you. That's a game changer. Oh, yes, man.
Yeah, man, I actually use these every day, and I mean it. I use this. Booker uses this. We all use Raycon, so you should use them too. Over 3 million people have already got them, man. 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. It's going to keep on coming. And they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you don't love them, no worries. Easy return.
That's right, dog. Nothing to lose, but everything, and I mean everything, to gain.
So don't wait. Raycon is going big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Everything's up to 30% off. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/Booker. That's buyraycon.com/Booker, Booker, and save on Raycon audio products site-wide.
Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I know you want to talk about the man, the ruler, the conqueror of NXT, Oba Femi, man. Dude had a hell of a run in NXT, and he laid the championship right there in the middle of that ring last week, and I saw him walk out, and it was like that movie. What was it? That famous quote, "As he walked out of our lives forever."
Right.
That's the way it felt. You know what I mean?
Well,
Walked out-
it did feel like that, but I wanted to ask you, like, just from Oba's standpoint, were you surprised that, because we knew that the call up was coming, but were you surprised that he relinquished the championship and, maybe wasn't beaten for it or anything like that?
Just to give people a little nugget. No, I'm not. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Just because you got to know how to build your stars. You got to really put those guys in position these days to succeed and succeed properly. And a guy like Oba Femi, you don't want to drop the ball with a guy like that. You want to bring him in, and you want to bring him white hot. And I think that's what they're going to do. I mean, I think Oba Femi has potential to go on one of those somewhat Goldberg runs. You know what I mean? Where he's unbeatable until he get to that one guy. This is a guy that could, get his first title shot and actually win it. Once he get on the main roster. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what Oba does. Even his one match on the main roster for the championship, he didn't lose it.
No, he didn't.
You know what I mean? So I think with someone like Oba, you just got to make sure you put him in position to succeed. And I think that's what they're doing. I think they're doing a really, really good job with him.
So let me ask you the follow-up question, which is, who in your mind could step up to that position now? You don't have Trick Williams. Javon Evans, by the way, let's talk about Javon Evans. Javon Evans got the call up to Monday Night Raw as well. They gave him a contract on the show last week. So I don't know. Who do you see? So no Javon, no Trick, and no Oba. Who do you see stepping up to be the new NXT champion?
Man, that's a really, really good question, man. It really is. I mean, of course, Ethan Page is a guy that, got a lot of talent. I mean, he really does. Ricky Saints, just came through reality of wrestling. Kid has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I look at, they shine the light on Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo has been around NXT for quite some time, looking to be that guy, that could actually, grab that brass ring and it catapult him to the next level. Because Tony D's a hell of a wrestler, and the thing is, he's a hell of an actor. I think
really good.
No, he's really good, and I think putting someone like that there again in the right position to succeed is very, very important as far as how far they're going to go in this business. Because we've seen a lot of guys with a lot of talent that have come through this business that haven't been put in the right position and didn't go very far. And I say that, just going back to a guy like Kane. Started out as, somebody like Isaac Yankem. You remember that? I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you probably heard about it. You know what I mean? Guys
Isaac
like
Yankem, DDS.
Yeah. Guys like, Kevin Nash, Oz, WCW didn't put that guy in the right position to succeed. And then he go to WWF and he make a boatload of money and become a big star. So I think that positioning is so very important in this business. It really, truly is. And that's on the company to be able to do that part.
Yeah, I mean, you make a great point, but you also make an interesting point of some of those names you threw out there, like a Ethan Page, like a Ricky Saints, like a Tony D, or maybe somebody we don't know. I know Miles Bourne was in the scene for a minute as far as the NXT title picture goes. Who knows? Maybe maybe Joe Hendry is the guy to do it now.
Joe Hendry, definitely. Joe Hendry can step right in that spot, man. I'd be singing the song on a weekly. I'm serious, man. So, I mean, so many guys, for so many guys, this is a moment. This is a moment where you can step up and you can take that spot and run with it. So I'm looking forward to see what guy actually does it. Seriously.
Yeah, same here. And to me, it always makes that NXT scene very interesting when guys get called up, guys or girls, because so many spots open up all of a sudden. And it's like, okay, who's gonna step up? Who's stepping up? Who's going out there? Who's
You know
swinging
what's
for the
crazy though? What's crazy is somebody always step up.
always.
We always get a influx of new talent that come in and just boom start taking over. Because I'm wondering, if Eli Knight is going to take Javon Evans's place. This is a great opportunity for Eli Knight to be able to step in there and boom, fuel that void right there. So for me, it's just like when Ethan Page and Ricky Saints came over. It was guys that had just left. The Carmelo Hayes, the Ilya Dragunov, they had just left. So to be and those guys came right in and boom, fill those holes. So I'm looking forward to see exactly who step up.
Well, you know what? It's an interesting segue because before we get to our super chats for the day, I want to ask you about Row Prospects. It was announced last Wednesday. We've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of submissions come in from indie talent all around the country. Tell us about Row Prospects and what we can expect from it.
Now, first of all, I want to thank everybody for everybody that applied to be a part of, Prospect more than anything, man, because I didn't expect the overwhelming, support for a show like this, especially being it done on a small, we're a small company. We're a small company, but we try to do big things. But we appreciate everybody that submitted their videos, everybody that's supporting Prospect, and for us, it's just something to be able to give back to the independent world, something that that I love so much. I love the independent world. When I first got into this business, getting the chance to see how it works. Getting mentored and getting a chance to work with some guys that was, I can't speak highly enough of the mentors that I've had along my journey. And I think, something like Prospects is not just about, looking at these kids' videos, but being able to get a chance to work with these kids and show them what not to do. Show them that, hey, you got the talent, but we got to really buckle down and really, get down to the bare bones, the meat and potatoes of this thing if we really want to go out there and be successful, because you're not going to slip on a banana peel and get to the next level by accident. Not in this business. It's not going to happen. I can guarantee you that 100%. So for me to be able to let these kids know that reality of wrestling is the place if they want to learn the next level of this business. And the first step is something like Prospect. If you can get chosen, as one of the prospects, that lets you know immediately, hey, man, I might have a chance at making it to the next level. I know when I got to the Global Wrestling Federation, working around certain guys, I knew I had a chance at getting to the next level. And I think that's what Prospect is all about. So, guys, let's get ready to roll. 10 episodes, and somebody's going to be the big winner, get a chance to come to reality wrestling and show the world what they got. Because one thing about this business, I don't care how many indie shows you do, it's good, but if you really want to be seen, television is worth its weight in gold. So the winner is definitely going to be exposed to the world.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I can't wait to we've already gone through some of our selection process, looking through some of the talent. So I'm excited though to continue to see new people. So make sure you go to Reality Wrestling social media and submit for it. We do have a few super chats booked that we'll get to before we wrap up for the day. We only have an hour, and then we're gonna go watch those Texans beat up the Steelers. So let me go to this first one here. This is from Kai Toenail 3993. This Rumble is stacked already. So will we get any surprises? There aren't many at all, if any, last year, but fans look forward to it. Who could return? I think the obvious answer is Y2J, if that's a thing. I saw an interview. Shout out my guy Adrian Hernandez over there in Las Vegas. He did an interview with Tony Khan, where Tony Khan did everything he could but answer the question about Y2J. It doesn't seem like it didn't. He didn't say that he's still with the company. That's all I can say. That's all. That's what he didn't say that he's still with AEW, which is just fueling rumor and speculation. So that's a name. Booker T is always going to look for an invite to the Rumble, so that's a possibility. But I don't know. Do you have any ideas of who could be a surprise?
You know what? I haven't been thinking about the surprises. Just because we got Matt Cardona back. I would have pitched his name if he wouldn't have, been back in the fold. I don't know, maybe David Otunga.
Hoss Pop. We're gonna go to our next one there. D'Angelo Brown, 87. I'm just moving past it. I'm just gonna go right past it. You gotta get in trouble again. They're already gonna pick up the Batista stuff. You want to call David Otunga a punk ass again? Is that what you want to do?
I could do it.
You're not gonna call David Otunga a punk ass again?
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not saying it. See, they're gonna print that.
They're gonna print that you said that David Otunga has a punk ass.
I'm doing it. That's a whole story, man. I'm trying to get this man in the Rumble.
He's a lawyer. He could figure it. He could figure a way in there. You know what I mean? Look at a contract. It might happen. D'Angelo Brown says thoughts of JR and Devon back and forth comments. Now I'm kind of aware of this book, and this isn't a cop out. I really have not watched the videos from either guy of I know Devon said that JR said something maybe racially insensitive to him back in the day.
Yeah, he said that JR said to him that he didn't like him because the color of his skin.
Okay.
And that was back in 1998, 2000.
And then JR refuted this and said it didn't happen.
JR said that he never said anything like that. Well, but I'm gonna tell you, JR, I mean, not throwing JR under the bus or anything, but back then, JR, he would drink a little bit. Maybe he forgot. He said it. Maybe he was saying it in jest. You know what I mean? As a joke. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm not gonna disbelieve Devon that he heard that with his own ears. I'm not gonna disbelieve that dude. He's always been straight up. But it's one of those things to where it's coming out. A quarter century later.
Over.
No, I'm serious. It's coming out a quarter century later, and there again, should stories like that be left buried? I really can't speak on that because maybe if it was me, I would feel a different way.
Sure.
Maybe it would have burned me inside so much to one day I had to say something about it. So I can't discredit, Devon for coming out and saying something like that this many years later. I can't do that at all. No.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously Devon heard something. JR says he didn't say it. Who knows? I mean, I wasn't there, but I agree with you. I mean, I'm sure there's some validity somewhere. But I don't know. I just don't know.
And the reason I say that is because I've had racial issues with certain people that's very, very well known. That I could be talking and telling stories about, and people may look at that person totally different when they're a totally different person today.
That's a great point.
You know what I mean? So I some things, that's why I say some things are left buried, but some things, you can't, leave buried. I understand that as well.
Yeah. And I think that you make an interesting point of like sometimes you live in the time that we're living in, right? But also, yeah, if something happened to you that affected you, especially from Devon's perspective, and again, I haven't watched all the stuff, but from Devon's perspective, I'm sure that he had great admiration and respect for Jim Ross, as many people do in the wrestling business. One of the greatest,
at least once upon a time before he felt that way. Right.
Yeah. So then that could stick with you and make you go like, man, I had this reverence for this guy, and then he let me down in that moment. Whether it was said in jest, whether it was inebriation, whether he said it just straight up and was mean about it, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
We weren't there, but I understand why that would also stick in your craw.
Yeah, like I said, I get it 100%. I totally understand. You know what I mean? I totally understand from both sides. I understand. I mean, like I say, I hope they can squash this thing. I hope they can get past it more than anything, because this story been brewing for about a couple of months. It came out on Maven's show.
Mhm.
And it's been, going, one side, back, one side of the state side. It just, I hope they can squash this, man, because this race thing, is as long as we keep perpetuating it, it's just gonna keep growing.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. I understand that. And yeah, and to me also, like, JR might just go like, "Hey man, that doesn't seem like something I would ever say," maybe in his mind today, but who knows?
I
It's
say maybe he maybe he really doesn't remember it.
it's possible.
Come on here. I'm serious. I'm being dead serious now. Even though I'm laughing. Man, bro, I'm serious. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Anything, and I say that because I had interactions with JR my whole wrestling career. From WWE on, you know what I mean? I had many JR signed me
Right.
in the WWE. And
Wasn't
JR
JR instrumental in you telling like your story too on television?
JR was very instrumental in me telling my story about me being locked up and perhaps saving some other kid that was perhaps in my situation. And I'm not saying that to defend JR or anything like that, but I know, but then again, I've had a lot of experiences that have been different from a lot of other guys of color in this business. I've had a lot of different experiences. I must say that as well. So,
But you've also had your times where you had to stand up and say something.
oh, I've had my times
Yeah.
where I've had to say something, and every time I had to, I would.
Yeah.
And it's not something I don't. I was willing to get fired. Uh, I was willing to say something to whoever I had to say it to, and if I got fired, I just got fired. That's just the way I've always looked at this business, because I've always said the only thing you can really do to me is fire me, and it better be by email, FedEx. You know what I'm saying?
What's gonna happen if they do it in person, boy?
I'm breaking something. I'm breaking something. One of them nice cameras, something on the
Don't
way
find me around the equipment. Everything's getting broken on the way
out.
out.
Exactly. You know what I mean? What you gonna do? Take it out of my pay. You know what I mean? Yes. But no, I swear that's always been my mentality. As far as being a suck up, or somebody that's kissing butter or anything like that, or being bullied. I've never been in fear of losing my job because of saying something or sticking up for myself. It's just because that falls under the 99%, 100% rule. 99% you keep your mouth shut, 100% you speak up 100% of the time. So for me, in situation, no matter if it's situation, we're going to speak up on it every time, no matter whether I get fired or not. It's just that simple. Every time.
I hear you. I hear you.
But there's a lot of people out there think that Booker T has been kind of passive throughout his career. I've always been laughing, man. I've always been laughing. And when I wasn't laughing, it was a situation. Okay.
Yeah.
And we had to handle that situation first and foremost. Just because being a man is something that is a must going through this life.
Bottom line.
For me. At least for me.
Bottom
Being
line.
being a man is very, very important. Especially when you got a family. Being a man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So no, man. 99%, 100%.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody's super chats. Before we leave today, what you said about leaving, though, like in breaking something on the way out or whatever. Have you ever seen that story that Denzel Washington told the night he was nominated for an Oscar against Sean Connery? Did you ever hear this story?
No.
He goes, so he's up for this award, the Oscar with Sean Connery for Sean Connery's nominated for The Untouchables, right? And anyway, Sean came out earlier in the night to present an award, and they gave him a 2-minute standing ovation to present an award. Denzel said, I went to get the coats, and he said, I got up and he said, my mom and I are walking through where they have the dinner set up for the governor's ball. And he saw a nice centerpiece on the table. And he said, Mom, put this in your purse. I'm leaving with something. Said, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I'm serious, man. I'm dead serious, bro. I swear. I'm saying, what they gonna do? What they gonna do? What they gonna do? I'm taking something. I'm serious.
I'm leaving with
I
something.
swear to God, I've always said that, man. I swear to God, I've always said that the only thing they could do is fire me. And better be by eating. Back then it was fax or FedEx.
Better FedEx it to me. Oh man, BT. Well, you got to go to NXT. We got to watch these Texans.
Yeah, man.
Wrap it up
Go
for
get ready for these Texans, man. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. NXT going down tomorrow, guys. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. Some great action going down. I don't even want to give it away for you right now, but I want to thank you guys again. Brad, all the heavy lifting, as always. And until next time, guys, peace. We love you, and we out.